From the latest update from the Dogecoin Foundation and huge whale activity for it to all the latest data and updates, some important things are happening right now. So let's talk about it. So first of all, we are seeing this sideways movement in the overall market as some cryptos are back in the red while others have managed to stay in the green. We can see here that Bitcoin's uptrend has halted, Ethereum is still showing some momentum, while Doge and some others are moving sideways. Meanwhile, we are now seeing that Stuart Alderoty, the general counsel at Ripple, is saying that crypto is inching toward a decisive moment in 2022. Alderoty believes that cryptos have witnessed tremendous growth in recent years, quadrupling in 2021 alone. This suggests that crypto has become a legitimate, transformative industry, and the immense public interest and usage is just undeniable. He is saying that the very future of the crypto sector is on the line given 2022 has been branded the year of clearer regulations. This is the year we will either see policymakers and industry leaders agreeing to work together to come up with coherent legislation, or we will continue to struggle with regulatory uncertainty. He says that while the SEC continues to stifle innovation, competitors elsewhere are busy embracing digital assets, blockchain-powered instant payments, and central bank digital currencies. So what we are seeing here is that 2022 is going to be a decisive year for cryptos, and it is expected that some positive things are going to happen for them. And now, let's come to all the latest updates and data for Dogecoin. So according to recently shared GitHub notes, we are now seeing that Dogecoin may soon see another core release. The shared notes pertain to the release of the Dogecoin 1.14.6 update. The recent version of the Dogecoin 1.14.5 update was released back in November 2021. We know that it included important security updates and changes to network policies. And we can see here this recent tweet from Justin Serini, a Dogecoin developer. And he is saying that the next Dogecoin core release is in the works, and any independent contributions are welcome to help take Doge to the moon. Now, apart from the GitHub notes and this tweet, details about the upcoming Dogecoin update release remain concealed at the moment. However, the good thing is that it is now official that a new Dogecoin update is on cards. And it is massive news for holders and the overall Doge community, since we are going to see some significant improvements. We know that when the current Doge network version was released, it came up with some very important improvements. For example, it reduced the transaction costs of Dogecoin and made its transaction speed more efficient and robust. So we can expect something similar from this upcoming update. In fact, if we see something similar such as more reduction in its transaction costs and speedier transaction process, then this can have some really positive impacts. This thing can directly affect Dogecoin's adoption in the most positive way, as more and more firms will want to take advantage of this lowered transaction cost. And then, it can leave positive impacts on its price as well. And talking about its price, it appears that major whales are trying to buy more and more Doge tokens at the current price levels. So we can see here that over the last 24 hours, the top 100 Dogecoin holders have increased their portfolios. This data from Whale Stats is showing us that there is a 10% rise in the average Doge balance of this category of investor. Moreover, the average Doge value of their portfolio has grown by about 13.9%. So this is bullish news for Dogecoin, as investors are clearly buying the dips, and they are buying it because they are expecting some bullish moves from Doge in the near future. But this is not it. We are now seeing that Dogecoin is now also on the list of the 10 biggest crypto holdings for the past 24 hours. Data from Whale Stats is showing us that Dogecoin is now on the list of the top 10 cryptos held by the top 100 Binance Smart Chain whales. We can see here that the largest 100 BSC whales believe Doge to be one of the assets they definitely want to have in their wallets. These whales, who are invested in various BSC-based tokens, including Dogecoin, which runs on this blockchain, now hold a total of $35 million worth of Dogecoin in their portfolio. So this is just more and more confirmation that major whales are now getting bullish on Doge. And this accumulation by BSC whales is rather important because their support for it can really help its price over the long term. Now, another thing I want to add here is that Dogecoin profitability has been increasing recently. And as per data from Into the Block, its profitability has increased to around 55% during the last 24 hours. So this is bullish for Doge since more addresses in the money are expected to be beneficial to the network because holders are less inclined to sell to break even on their positions. And with that being said, let's come to Dogecoin's price analysis. So although Doge has currently retraced a little and it is moving sideways, the overall trend still appears to be positive. And it appears that it is going to continue a bullish movement as there is massive room for further bullish activity. So we can see here that as per Dogecoin's one-day price chart, the market's volatility is experiencing a slightly decreasing movement with the resistance and support band moving towards each other. Meanwhile, the upper limit of the Bollinger's Band is present at 13 cents, which serves as the strongest resistance for Doge. Conversely, the lower limit of the Bollinger's Band is present at 10 cents, which serves as the strongest support. Moreover, Doge appears to be crossing over the curve of the moving average, indicating a bullish movement, and it has also entered a solid bullish domain in the last 24 hours, showing signs of a consistent market as the price moves linearly. All in all, the overall outlook for Doge has remained bullish during the last 24 hours, and we can expect it to continue this trend in the coming days as well. And with that being said, let's come to Bitcoin for a minute. So the price of Bitcoin is currently moving sideways as the fresh trading week begins. It is hovering in a very tight range with no meaningful traction. However, the Bitcoin price holds vital support at the 50-day moving average, which makes bulls hopeful for another recovery. And it is expected that a resurgence in the buying pressure will push the price higher toward an immediate resistance filter at the bearish sloping line at 43K, so it appears a daily close above the mentioned level will bring 45K in play next. And now we are seeing another bullish thing for Bitcoin. So we can see here that Bitcoin's 4-year moving average, which has been ever increasing since Bitcoin's creation, has reached 20K, which was the previous TOP in 2017. Historically, the price has only very rarely ever touched its 4-year moving average, and only for mere hours or days. So now with the 4-year moving average at 20K, we can be relatively assured that the 2017 top is now the absolute bottom for Bitcoin. Moving on, we are now seeing that popular crypto analyst InvestAnswers is optimistic that Bitcoin will rally in the next few weeks after months of downtrending price action. He is expecting the price of Bitcoin to possibly go up as high as 50K in April, as he believes that April historically is a bumper whether or not it's a bear or bull market. He thinks that the key level is if we can get above 45K. There's nothing but fresh air between 45K and 50K, so this means that we could very easily rally even overnight 5K candle up to that thing. Meanwhile, popular crypto strategist Credible is saying that an overlooked signal in Bitcoin's longer-term chart is hinting that a new leg of the bull market will take Bitcoin to fresh all-time highs. He's looking at the 3-week candles of Bitcoin and sees a divergence between price action and momentum indicator RSI, suggesting that big, long-term rallies are brewing. Besides, even though Bitcoin's 50% correction from 69K is significant, Credible says that it ultimately never formed a lower low, keeping its bullish market structure in the higher time frames intact. Credible further says that we should have confirmation of a bullish reversal within the next couple of days after Bitcoin surpasses 42.5K, putting 45K in play as the next target. Now, one of the most positive news for Bitcoin is that Prince Philip of Serbia and Yugoslavia recently talked about Bitcoin. He said that Bitcoin is freedom, and this is something I want for everyone. And he believes that this is something everyone has to learn. They will learn slowly. Some people will not want to learn it because they are not used to it. But they don't realize that that system, well, maybe they do, is not advantageous to everyone else in the world, so billions of people around the world are not having a good time right now. And now, let's come to some other important crypto updates. So French footballing powerhouse Paris Saint-Germain, also known as PSG, has made the initial steps toward entering the Metaverse. As part of its trademark application filed on March 16, the Parisian club has covered areas including NFT-backed multimedia, crypto wallets, managing crypto transactions, virtual clothing, sports gear, and electronics. So this is positive news for Metaverse cryptos and the overall market, as more and more big names are now joining the Metaverse. And I think this is more bullish for Metaverse cryptos like Sand and Mana. Moving on, we are now seeing that crypto adoption in Africa is on the march despite socioeconomic factors and headwinds. A positive report by crypto exchange KuCoin shows that crypto transactions increased by up to 2,670% in Africa in 2022. Seeing this, Johnny Liu, CEO of KuCoin, has stated that the adoption of digital assets in Africa will continue to grow exponentially as African countries have the highest crypto adoption rate in the world. So this is yet another positive news for cryptos as their adoption is surging throughout the world. And now if we come back to Dogecoin, we have just seen some very bullish data and indicators for it along with all these positive updates. Seeing this, I think that Doge is still going to make some bullish moves over the long term. And that's it for today's video. If you liked our content, please leave a comment in the comment section below.